Good morning, you beautiful people. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Welcome back to another episode of my Call of Duty Tactics series, a series in which we try to get back to the basics of Call of Duty in hopes of making us more successful players. Before we get started, I do have to say I am losing my voice, so if I'm not as enthusiastic today, that's probably why, so I apologize about that. But anyway, today we are going to be talking about the different ways we can move in Black Ops 3. Now, it's not just Black Ops 3, it's all of Call of Duty. We're going to be talking about running, of course, but also we're going to be talking about swimming and wall running and their effects on the game. All these different types of movements, especially what we have in Black Ops 3, all play a part in our positioning and awareness, something we talked about in the last episode. However, this is where we start to use these mechanics more towards our advantage in creating, in hopes to create unfair gunfights and unfair situations for the other person. We want to have the advantage already going into a gunfight, and we're trying to avoid those 50-50 gunfights. Now, in order to completely utilize and maximize the effectiveness of how we move around in Call of Duty, we have to come to the understanding that moving in Call of Duty, its sole purpose is for you to move. Now, that is the top tier strategies that you are subscribed to my channel for. No, but the movement system in Call of Duty, think about it, is solely for the purpose of moving around the map. That seems really simple, that seems really stupid to say, but how many times do you sprint, do you wall run into a gunfight, into an engagement? That is the best way, or one of the best ways, to get into an unfair gunfight in the enemy's advantage. When you are wall running, you have no cover whatsoever. You are up on a flat surface, you are ready to be picked off and shot at very, very easily. And when you are sprinting, your gun is down. There is a little bit of time before you, that's called sprint out time when you're sprinting. It takes a little bit of time for you to pull up your gun and to begin shooting. And then from then on, it takes a little bit more time for you to aim down sights. However, if you were just walking or, standing, you can shoot your gun, you can aim down sights as fast as you can, and it's faster. And that little bit of time is so huge, especially in Black Ops 3. I honestly believe that you beautiful people as Call of Duty players, and you guys might not do this, but I know I do, if you sprinted less often, I bet your KD would go up dramatically. However, this does not mean that you have to not rush. This doesn't mean you need to camp. This doesn't mean you need to post up behind a head glitch or whatever. This just means that when you know you are going to get into a gunfight, stop running and prepare for the gunfight that you know full well that you're going to get into. You will see this a lot and very clearly demonstrated when I'm shotgunning. If you ever watch a shotgun gameplay from me, you'll notice that when I sprint, the only reason I sprint is to get closer towards the enemy. When I think and when I know, or you know what, just when I think I'm about to get into an engagement, that is when I stop sprinting and I hip fire and I be ready for the gunfight, because that is one of the best ways to win those really 50-50 gunfights and turn them into gunfights in your favor. Sprinting should allow you to get closer to the enemy, it should allow you to flee from the enemy, it should allow you to run more obscure routes and less direct routes and flank the enemy more effectively. It should not be the way you enter in a gunfight. If you see a person, if you sprint until you see a person, I guarantee you, you will lose more gunfights than you win. The fact that you sprint in Call of Duty should be a secret to the opponents you're facing. If you are sprinting, it should only be in safe zones where your teammates have map control and when your enemies aren't going to find you. I am so sorry for all the Doctor Who fans out there, but what are those things that are the statues that come to life when you don't look at them? I think, are they the Weeping Angels? Is that correct? I want you to sprint as if you are those creatures. When the enemies are looking at you, I want you to freeze. I want you to walk, and I want you to hold still, aim down sights, whatever. Just be ready for the gunfight. When they're turned away from you, when they can't see you, that's when you sprint, that's when you move, that's when you get all fast up close to them and get ready to flank them or get up close to them to shotgun them or SMG them or whatever. Now we'll get to all that detail about flanking and stuff when we get to route running, but that'll come in a later episode. So that's it for sprinting and walking, running, wall running. Now I want to talk about swimming, because as I've said in a previous commentary, so I won't spend too much time on it, but swimming in Black Ops 3 is really one of the most dynamic and amazing features that we've had here, mostly because when you're swimming you have a good amount of concealment. It's not cover, they can still shoot through the water, but because of how the water kind of renders, the effect it has, when you glance down at the water, you can't really tell if somebody's there as quick as you can if they're wall running or if they're above ground or whatever. So swimming will allow you to move around the map, and I think you guys just saw a hunted game where I used the Vesper and I swam a lot. It'll allow you to move in high traffic areas with not cover but concealment, and that is so huge when it comes to positioning and awareness, because it takes away the enemy's ability to be aware of you, but it gives you a better position through awkward positions, which is so fantastic and I love it. And so for the movement system in Call of Duty, that is going to be it for you today. How do you guys move around the map? Do you sprint constantly? Do you slow down? Are you very methodical? Do you swim a lot? Do you wall run a lot? Tell me your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you did enjoy. And until the next absolutely beautiful Call of Duty morning, I'll catch up with you guys later. And as always, have a great day.